The Range Rover Sports engine range covers all the bases from an economical 4-cylinder 2.0-liter diesel right up to an outrageously powerful 550 horsepower 5.0-liter petrol that requires you to be an oil baron, or at least as rich as one, to run it. You're likely to find the mid-range 306 horsepower 3.0-liter diesel will make the most sense. Its 6 cylinders mean it is surprisingly smooth and quiet, much more so than the 2.0-liter diesel, so it's an ideal match for the sport's comfortable, quiet driving experience. It gets from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 7.2 seconds, and has plenty of power in reserve for quick overtakes. Official fuel economy of 44.1 miles per gallon doesn't sound too spectacular, but in a car as big and as heavy as the Range Rover Sport it's not too bad. If you want more performance, then it's best to choose the 4.4-liter SD-V8 diesel over the slower 3.0-liter diesel-electric SD-V6 hybrid. The V6 and V8 supercharged petrols are quick but guzzle fuel at an alarming rate. There's no denying the Range Rover Sport is a huge SUV, but it's surprisingly easy to drive. Much of this is down to the brilliant view you get out the car. Unlike some SUVs, the Range Rover is genuinely tall, so you can see over cars in front and plan your route through busy streets. Even the view out the back is pretty decent thanks to the big windows at the rear of the car. Front and rear parking sensors come as standard across the range, but even if you're a confident parker, it is worth considering the Park Pack. It adds a 360-degree view camera view that makes it easy to park the car tight against the curb without damaging your wheels. It's standard on Autobiography models and a 470 pounds option on the rest of the range. Thankfully, the 8-speed automatic gearbox is standard and its creep function makes low-speed maneuvering easy. It also gives your clutch foot a rest on longer journeys, and, if you do cover a high mileage, the Range Rover Sport is a brilliant car to do it in. All except the entry-level SD4 diesel models come with air suspension that soaks up bumps in the road extremely well, and all trim levels come with laminated windows that ensure the Range Rover's cabin is extremely quiet even at high speeds. Despite the Range Rover Sport's comfort, the suspension is slightly firmer than you get in a full-sized Range Rover, and it suffers from less body lean in corners as a result. That being said, if you want a big SUV that is genuinely fun to drive, you'll still be better off going for the Porsche Cayenne. If you want an SUV that can go off-road though, forget the Porsche and stick with the Range Rover. It comes as standard with terrain response, or, if you pick a V6 or V8 model, terrain response too. The former allows you to select from different modes that alter the car's four-wheel drive system, gearbox and, on models with air suspension, ride height to tackle different terrains, such as sand, rocks or snow. Terrain response 2, meanwhile, does exactly the same, but automatically switches between modes. The clever electronics aren't reserved for off-roading. The Range Rover Sport's also available with a full suite of safety kit as part of the Drive Pro pack. That's a 2,145 pounds option on all but the Autobiography model. The pack includes active cruise control, that can match the speed of the car in front before returning to a preset cruising speed when the road is clear, and a blind spot warning system. It is worth going for because, although the full-sized Range Rover, which the Sport shares many of its parts with, scored 5 stars for safety from Euro NCAP, the test has got much tougher since that 2012 evaluation.